Yes, we believe in this nation. We believe we'll get there someday. That's the exact words of that song, the lyrics of that song from Timi Dakolo's A Great Nation. And you're welcome to State of the Nation. Good morning. Today, Thursday, the 24th day of March 2021. I am Anosi Kechimese, your regular host on the program State of the Nation. Remember, it's our political program where we keep you up to speed on the latest events in the political sphere of this nation. And also remember that you are onto Lagoon Radio, your number one online gospel radio in Nigeria and the official radio of the Anglican Communion Diocese of Lagos. We are transmitting live from the Archbishop's Palace right here in Marina, Lagos. Yes, it's 11 minutes gone past the hour of 11. And you know how it is. Today, we'll be looking at the APC National Convention, yes, which is slated for this Saturday, the 26th of March, 2022. We'll be looking at that convention and its impact on their nation's politics. Yes, APC, they are the ruling party. They have been at the helm of affairs for 7 years now. And yes, the just to replace the president, Buhari, is on. And who is going to take that space? Yes, the process has just begun. But first of all, let's take you around the political space and give you some of the headlines in the news politically. It's no longer news that yesterday the former vice president of Nigeria, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, declared his intention to run for the presidency come 2023. Yes, and that was the sixth time Atiku Abubakar is declaring his intention to run for the presidency. Yes, he will be running on the platform of the PDP. And also that same yesterday, PDP governors, yes, they converged in Abia State. Yes, where they held a meeting. Yes, the PDP governors, they held a meeting in Abia State, and they listed a lot of things that they said. They said that economically, that this country has suffered a lot under the watch of President Muhammadu Buhari. So, and they want Nigerians not to vote PDP and not to vote APC again. And in the same vein, yesterday in the Aso Villa, where the president hosted the APC chairmanship candidates, the chairmanship aspirants, and also after that, he met with the governors of APC in Aso Rock, and he warned the APC governors not to allow PDP get their filthy hands again in the politics of Nigeria. Yes, that is the way it is going. The blame game is on. The PDP is blaming the APC. The APC is blaming the PDP. How long will this last? And a lot of people have said that this convention might be an avenue for another party to spring up. Remember, there is one coming up. The likes of Pat Utome, the former governor of Kano State, Kwankwaso, and also not forgetting the other man that said that this is the major force that will take away the PDP and APC in Nigeria. So we are waiting eagerly. We are eagerly waiting to see that space. That political party, the third force that has been rumored to be coming. And remember, Kwankwaso last week when he said that if the new force is being floated, that it will deal a big blow to the PDP, that the PDP will collapse. Yes, and also yesterday, the governor of Anambra State, the new elected governor of Anambra State, Professor Charles Soludo, attended his first visual meeting with the National Executive Council. Yes, it was a joy to behold after he posted, his spokesperson confirmed on his Twitter handle that the governor of Anambra State, Professor Chukwuma Charles Soludo, had attended his first meeting with other governors where they deliberated the way forward. And still in Anambra, yes, we also want to confirm to you that the EFCC, they have released the former governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano, on bail. Yes, he is. He was arrested on his way to Texas, Austin, Texas, after his handover. And EFCC released a statement that in November, yes, you can remember that EFCC released a statement that he is on their watch list. Yes, and after that inauguration, he wanted to go back to Austin, Texas, and he was arrested at the Murtala Mohammed Airport. And some of the charges is alleged diversion of over 40 billion. The EFCC said he withdrew in cash, and not forgetting the Shopee funds that followed through. And lastly, yes, the House of Rep members, even the senators, they have agreed to file a suit appealing that judgment, deleting section 8212 of the Constitution in the Electoral Act. So we'll see how that turns out. Remember, you're still listening to State of the Nation, our political program on Lagoon Radio. We'll go on this short break. Today, yes, we'll do it in another way. Yes, there is no guest in the house, but we have a lot of voice pops from some of our listeners and some of our guests before, where they talked about the National Convention of the APC and its impact in the nation's politics. Keep listening to us. We'll be right back.
This is Lagoon Radio.
Yes, you're still on to State of the National Political Program on Lagoon Radio, your number one online gospel radio in Nigeria and the official radio of the Anglican Diocese of Lagos, transmitting live from the Archbishop's Palace right here in Marina, Lagos. And the topic today is the APC National Convention and its impact on the nation's politics. Yes, the APC are going to the polls on Saturday, the 26th of March, to elect their national executive body, which will lead to the primaries and the rest of them that will herald the 2023 election. Yes, it's no longer news. We've had a lot of candidates. Yes, one stepped down yesterday, and the other four. And what is looking likely that they might go for a consensus candidate after the governors met with the president yesterday. Okay, like I told you, there is no guest in the house, but from our listeners, we gathered a lot of voice pop, and let's get to hear what they have to say.
This is Lagoon Radio.
Well, good morning, Mr. Chimezie. It's always a pleasure, to join the conversation on the state of the nation. Well, here we have it. The APC convention is just 2 days away. And, of course, we saw how the president has waded in to ensure everything proceeds as planned. And I think it's to his credit. Nothing should be taken away from it. It's to his credit that he's been able to, bring all the parties together to ensure that the progress of the party is, made the number one priority. Yes, and of course that was done by making sure that Buni continues as the interim committee chairman. Yes, I want to commend the president for wading in and bringing all the parties together. But my own reservation is just on the choice for a consensus candidate across their, the entire available offices. It's not a good precedent for the political arena because obviously the president is alluded to the idea of consensus candidate on all front for their elective party offices, which to me it doesn't set a good precedence for us going forward, because if going for a consensus candidate for everything means members of the political party will be deprived of their their voting power, and of course it doesn't really support democratic value, and it doesn't set the party in a good light as far as democratic alignment is concerned. And of course, what does it tell us going forward into the electoral season? We are hoping to have a primary that is keenly contested, with members going head to head, and the members of the party having the power to decide who they want to represent their party in the major elections. And with the consensus, that means it's majorly the bigwigs of the party that will decide, or the founding members of the party that will decide, leaving out the thousands of party members that are keenly looking forward to the convention, and of course make their voice known as far as who they want to represent their party at the coming election. So for me, it's not a good precedence to set, and it's not something that I just hope it doesn't pervade the entire political space, talking especially regarding APC and PDP. We need political parties that will show that they are truly democratic parties, and they are ready to bring that to bear as far as both election in their own party is concerned, and of course the elections nationally. Yeah, well, that's my own concerned as far as the build up to the party's convention and congresses are concerned. And I hope we can get this right, but so far so good. It's not too good looking at what is playing out. So that's my reservation. Thank you so much.
Different tongues, we're united in our strength.
Yes, that was Phillips Oluwatobi Ayola. Yes, and you've had his own part of it. And someone said that for him is like oligarchy in the place of democracy. Yes, like we said, we are practicing democracy, but when a few chooses who rules, who governs, is government of the few. That is oligarchy in place. Well, we hope that the APC will come up good. And like another person said, that is the force that will be behind that third force we are talking about. Saturday is the date at the Eagle Square, Abuja, the APC National Convention. Okay, let's take a listen to another one.
Good morning. My name is Olatunji Olafashaki. Well, so the question on ground, APC National Convention, and its impact on the nation's politics. I think everybody should take it seriously, because as it stands now, APC is the party to beat. As much as people still complain that APC has not done well in the last 7 years, PDP has not even put up a good fight as an opposition, as a credible opposition. So, and we all know that the front runner at the moment for APC is a very strong person in terms of politics. As a matter of fact, is the professor emeritus, like one of the ace journalists will call him, professor emeritus of politics. So the national convention would have a very huge impact on the nation's politics, and I really hope that that convention will not bet another party, because there've been some underground dealings and confirmed rumors about some people not wanting the front runner Jagaban and all that. But then the outcome and the outcome would really shake Nigerians politics. It would give a new dimension if it does not get the ticket to run on the platform of APC. But if it does get the ticket to run on the platform of APC, then it would still run smoothly. Else, the whole structure, the nature of things would change, and be sure that the politics would eat up. It would eat up really, 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 really hot, and the outcome is very interesting. But one thing I know is this convention is something every Nigerian should look forward to and follow closely. I think that's my take for now. Thank you very much.
This is Lagoon Radio.
Okay, that was Olatunji Olafashake, and yes, he made a very valid point, which means that every Nigerian should follow this very well. It's just like a national party. It's just like it's a national convention. Like it is, in fact, not minding the political party, all eyes will be at the Eagle Square on Saturday, no matter what comes up. And he talked about the front runners in the presidential bid. We have the former governor of Lagos State and also the APC chieftain, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Yes, everyone knows he has declared his interest, and he said, in one of his statements, he said he had been a kingmaker, that he wants to become the king now. And yes, a lot of people have been calling for the vice president, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, to come out and declare his interests, which he had not done properly. And also the current CBN governor, talking about Dr. Godwin Emefiele, we have seen flyers and the rest of them. The present ministers, a lot of them, the likes of Rotimi Amechi, the Minister for Transportation, the Minister of Labour, Dr. Chris Ngige. Yes, all these names have all sprung up in one time or the other. The last time I listened to Dr. Ngige, he said that he is still consulting, that if his people ask him to go, that he will go. And yes, I've not had the opportunity to listen to Amechi, and I've not had him speak. But we have seen his flyers and his posters everywhere. Also, the current governor of the CBN, Dr. Godwin Emefiele, who hails from our Delta State, and also a lot of them from the southeast, like Dr. Chris Ngige, Senator Ojo Zokalo, the current chief whip of this 9th Senate, Senator Ojo Zokalo. Yes, and he's also a front runner in that position. All of them wants to succeed the president. But something you need to understand here. I listened to the governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, when he was asked, what if the president asks him to contest? And he said that he has been a loyal fan of the president, that if the president asks him to contest, that he will definitely contest. But for now, that he is not interested in the presidency. And after that meeting yesterday, where the governors met with the president, it was so clear, the message was clear when they said they will back any candidate supported by the president. Don't forget also that the current governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, is still in the race. Yes, he has been canvassing for a youthful president. We've seen a lot of people, some of Nigerian youths, calling for Yahaya Bello to come out and become the president of Nigeria. Yes, you're still on to State of the Nation, a political program on Lagoon Radio. We'll go another short break. When we come back, we'll listen to more what our listeners have to say on this current subject.
This is Lagoon Radio.
Ever Nigeria stand up, Nigeria stand up. Join me say, yeah. We're a great nation.
This is Lagoon Radio.
Yes, you're still on to Lagoon Radio, your number one online gospel radio in Nigeria and the official radio of the Anglican Diocese of Lagos, transmitting live from the Diocesan Palace right here in Marina, Lagos. Remember, we are talking about the APC National Convention and its impact on the nation's politics. Yes, it's on Saturday, the 26th of March. Remember, you can download our app on Google Play Store and Apple Store. You can also follow us on our social media platforms on Facebook, Lagoon Radio Nigeria, and on Instagram, Lagoonradio.Ng, and that doubles with Twitter. Listen to us directly via the link www.lagoonradio.ng. Like I said before, if you're just joining us, yes, no guest in the house today, but we have enough for sport to deal with this topic. Okay, we've listened to Philip. He had made his own suggestion and contribution to the program. Also, we had listened to Fashake Olatunji Ola Fashake. Okay, let's also listen to more.
Good morning. The APC National Convention so far is well strategized, is well codified, and in fact, summarily, it is a proof that APC as a party is not divided. Unlike the rumors we have been hearing from different camps and different groups, and mostly the opposition party, saying that the convention will not hold, that there is disunity in the APC family, that APC cannot hold their 2022 National Convention. But with the way things are going now, it is a big slap to those who think that the convention will not hold. And I think we have just 24 hours to the main convention. In my state here, Imo, every preparation is on the ground, is going on smoothly. And as I speak to you, most people have started taking off to Abuja for the national convention. Then the impacts on the nation's politics is that Nigerian politics is becoming more strengthened, followed by the new electoral act as amended and signed by the president a few months ago. You can see that every party is now trying to meet up with the stipulated deadline with the stipulated deadline to converge for national convention and primaries before election proper. Unlike then, when parties just woke up and do things on their own way. And I think that this national convention will help in strengthening Nigeria APC as a party, in the sense that just as the leadership and the party faithful members have shown that there is no disunity, the result of the convention will help in strengthening the party as one family. Thank you very much.
This is Lagoon Radio.
Yes, that was Azubike Ishiwaji, a staunch member of the APC in Imo State. Like you heard him, he's very, very hopeful. And from his words, I want to pick out something. In fact, in the past, it's been back and forth for the APC. Remember that this caretaker extraordinary committee was given the mandate to coordinate a national convention in the next 6 months after they were given the mantle of office after the former governor of Edo State, who was the former chairman of the APC, Adams Oshomole, was booted out of the office. And down the line, a year plus, they were not able to come up with the convention. And also a lot of court cases which threatened. We are still waiting to see if they are, because remember that last 2 weeks before the president traveled for his medical trip, the governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, said that they discovered a court order, a hidden court order that they wanted to use and strike before this convention, which means that if they had not discovered the court order, the convention wouldn't have. The convention that is coming up, maybe let's still wait till the end of tomorrow if there is no court order stopping the convention, because the way it is going, we don't really understand. But hopefully, we hope that the convention will come on peacefully on Saturday, the 26th of March 2022. So when you talk about crisis, no party is void of crisis. Even the PDP that had conducted their convention, some people will say that crisis is looming because of the zoning formula. Where would the PDP zone their presidential candidates, their presidential tickets to? Atiku has declared. Yes, P2B is there. He made a statement sometime. He said he will only contest if the ticket is zoned to the south. That's when he will contest. And a lot of candidates also. Remember, we have Ohabonwa, who has declared also from the PDP. So, talking about crisis, I don't believe that every party is free from crisis. Okay. You're still on to State of the Nation, and our topic is the APC National Convention and its impact on the nation's politics. Let's listen to another guest.
Good morning, Chief. Your question is, what is my take on the upcoming APC National Convention and its impact on the national politics? Well, I don't see anything special in this convention of the All Progressive Congress. It's just a camouflage of what they already had in their blueprint. Nothing is special coming up in this convention, and it's just politics as it has always been. They already had who they want to put in place in the national body of the party, and more so, people might not feel any impact of this in the nation, because already we are already on another level of impunity and insecurity in the nation at large. No matter the outcome of this convention, I don't see it affecting the national politics of the nation at all. But for it is the same thing as what they have been doing over the years, and it will still be the same thing they will still do. Nothing different will surely come out from this convention, and its impact will surely be minimal or has no effect on the politics of this nation at large. Well, we are waiting to hear the outcome of it, though I have seen so many youths campaigning online for national posts, and hopefully they'll be given the chance. But all I see here is whoever they want to put in the national body has already been in their blueprint and has already been on plan before now, and the impact will surely be minimal. Thank you.
This is Lagoon Radio.
Yes, and that was Adebola Solomon. For him, he doesn't see anything special in the National Convention of the APC. But if you're still wondering why it has lingered, remember, let's take you to let's take you a run down the memory lane. Yes, earlier last year, the crisis brewed up in the APC. In fact, after they lost the election to the after they lost the election in Edo State, it was all crisis. And remember, the front runners in the election were Pastor Eze Iyamo of the APC and also the incumbent governor Obaseki. And after the crisis in the APC, where Obaseki left the APC to the PDP, and he won that election, a lot of crisis brewed, which also led to a vote of no confidence being passed on the former chairman of the APC, Adam Soshomole. He was shown the exit door of the office, and the governor of Yobe State, Mai Malam Buni, came in as the interim caretaker of that party. They call him the chairman caretaker committee and extra caretaker planning committee and extraordinary planning committee. Yes, that's the word. My Malam Buni and his assistant, the governor of Niger State, Alhaji Sani Bello, and also the secretary of the party, Abanodo-Edenhe. All of them together, they were given the mandate to make sure that a national convention was conducted in the next 6 months. Yes, in fact, down the line, we are close to a year now, 9 months, and still counting. The convention has not been held. Remember, the last time they fixed a date was February, but a week to that convention, the date was moved to March 26th. Yes, 2 weeks to that March 26th, a meeting was held in the absence of Mai Malambuni because he traveled abroad for medical trip. Yes, this time it was some governors with the president before he left for the medical trip to London. And according to Malam Nasser El-Rufai, the governor of Kaduna State, he said the president ordered that Sani Bello, the governor of Niger State, take over the affairs of the party, which we saw. Sani Bello surfaced in the office of the APC on Monday morning, and he announced that he is now in charge. And in fact, the elected chairman of all the 36 states of the APC, including Abuja, were inaugurated that day. And in fact, it was like a speedy reaction to all those. And Mai Malam Buni in London, discovering what was happening, he had to go and meet the president, who was in London also at that time. And together they agreed that Mai Malam Buni, when he returns, he will resume as the chairman of the party. Yes, after 2 weeks, two of them, they are back in Nigeria. And Mai Malam Buni resumed again as the chairman of that committee, which will proceed to the National Convention on Saturday, 26th of March, 2022. Yes, as it stands, everything is going on well. Last week, the APC governors sent out their members to go to courts to check if they are awaiting court orders that will stop the convention. Remember, when Governor El-Rufai was speaking, he said that they discovered a hidden court order which have been obtained since November to stop that convention. Yes, and in fact, it was last week, Tuesday, that the APC went to court also and countered that court order, which the court struck out in Abuja. The Federal High Court in Abuja struck out that order, seeking a halt to that convention that will be held on Saturday. But interestingly, last week, the APC governor sent out the members to go to courts to check if there are orders waiting to be served to halt the national convention. Here we are, 2 days now before the convention. Will it still go on? But it's looking green. It's looking good for APC right now, and we hope that that convention will come and go on Saturday, and they will elect their executive members. And remember that yesterday also that the president met with the aspirants. But the way it is going is like APC will be going for a consensus candidate. Yes, still in the words of the governor of Kaduna State, Nasser El-Rufai, when he spoke, he said that the way APC is structured, that it is always been a consensus candidate, and that will proceed to the presidential primaries. Who will the APC present to Nigerians? Remember, there has been this noise and agitation of the ticket moving to the south. Yes, and the forerunner in the south is no other person than the former governor of Lagos State and the APC chieftain, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He has declared his intention, and some other people, the current chief whip of this ninth Senate, Senator Ojo Zakalo, is in the midst. The governor of Ebonyi State, who is also battling with court cases because he was sacked by a high court for jumping the ship, moving from the PDP to the APC. Yes, the case has gone to appeal as at yesterday, and he is still hoping. And when he spoke to pressmen yesterday, he said that as a governor, he cannot be sued, that he enjoys a level of immunity. But we will still see the way it will turn out. It's a season of court orders in Nigeria now. And we hope, like I said before, we hope that no court order will stop the convention of the APC on Saturday. Yes, it's looking good for them right now. And we hope, as a national party, they are the ruling party now. If anything goes wrong, don't forget, it may affect the politics of Nigeria currently. And that's where we'll draw the curtain on today's edition of the State of the Nation, our political program on Lagoon Radio. Thank you for listening, and thank to our guests that and our listeners that send in the voice pop on the matter. From me, Anosike Chimezie, and from our producer for today, Sheyi Achadi, thank you for pressing the right buttons, and thank you for listening. Join us again on Thursday, 10 a.m. when we will come back. Hopefully, the Congress will hold, and we will give you details of that convention. Do have a lovely day, and enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.
This is Lagoon Radio.